The failures that I've been having with this circuit pre-week 13 and during week 13. So, pre-week 13, I had another circuit that I had planned. It was with a solenoid. Now, what I was going to do is have this solenoid be powered, probably through relay reaction, and then inside this would be a ball bearing. There's two ideas. One, and this would be a ball bearing. When this giant power source kicked on, this would would emit an electromagnetic field because of the coiling, and would shoot out the ball bearing, or it would push this lever here outward and hit something. Well, the kicker is with that, you need a lot of amps, and I had some discussions with students that had done a similar thing in the electromag class later on, and they said that they used a capacitor about the size of this power source to get a good push. So this didn't end up working. When I tried to do it by itself, it wouldn't even allow the correct voltage, because, well, I'm not really sure. If you put in the comments down below if you understand why I didn't, or why I wasn't able to create that field or enough current to do so. Because that source there can go to 40 amps, and it wouldn't even budge the voltage. So that's that. Now that I switched over to this new circuit, what we have going on, there was a couple things I ran into. Op amps were a pain. They kept frying on me when I was trying to have it amplify my voltage. So here you'll see the op amp here. That wasn't allowing enough voltage to reach here, reach the displays, and to reach the motor at the same time. And another problem I ran into was that there was the power going into the op amp was powering these before any current was being applied to it into the input. So what I ended up finding is there was some issues with my ground and with the op amps I was using. I was initially applying way too much voltage to the op amp, which was making it break down. So figured that out. Then another problem I was running into, this switch will stick sometimes. So like right now it's running just fine, but oftentimes I'd have the domino set here. Sometimes the dominoes wouldn't fall, that was a problem, but then it would sit here, and then when it would fall, for whatever reason this would just stay down and not work. Another problem, I kept shorting the pressure resistor. With these two clamps here, I had to be very careful with how I've placed them, so I'm going to leave this thing still for the rest of the time I have it working, but I'll check that each time. Other than that, those were the main issues. I had a huge issue with the timer. Just ended up doing some better calculations, some trial and error here to make sure that this counter wasn't going 1,000 miles per hour, not really making this look like it was just flashing or not doing anything at all. So yeah, those were the problems I'd run into. If you forget your domino and you don't put it in place to fall on the chute, circuit won't run, and that's sad. So make sure you do that. There you go. And make sure you take that out so you don't mess up the pressure sensor, leaving it sitting there all night. And yeah, so those were the failures I ran into. Another thing that I've found with my circuit that's a little peeve is that when I start it, it will automatically, like its resting state will be at this weird state in between on and off. The motor will be running and everything will be fine. So what I have to do before we start the circuit is I need to go into the pressure sensor and, oh goodness, and give it a couple pushes so it goes and zeroes out. And then the circuit will run just fine. So as long as I don't botch the dominoes and really that's all the issues I've ran into, apart from the whole extravaganza with the solenoid. So, yeah, thank you.